Hey guys, today I am doing another best to worst video, and I am doing the 5 S.E. Hinton novels. Let me get something straight. She has written more than 5 books. It's just that these 5 are kind of the most famous ones, and they all happen like in the same universe too. Like they kind of reference each other, and there's a few Easter eggs in there that kind of. In fact, the main character of The Outsiders, the middle one right there, is actually in That Was Then, This Is Now, the blue one right here. Yeah, so, and as you notice, I'm using the movie for The Outsiders because I don't actually own a copy of the book itself. So, I'm using the movie, but it does represent the book. So, yeah, let's get started. So I think that number 5, my least favorite out of these, is Rumblefish. So yeah, this is actually a really thin book. It's a lot thinner than the other ones are. So this is about Rusty James, and he this is different because it's about like the gangsters and stuff. It's not about the other, like, the other in, Tex and The Outsiders and that was then, this is now. It's like about kind of the non-gangster people, and this is about, the gangster people who have always kind of got into trouble, and, so yeah, this one, what I didn't like about it was, it really did not have a plot. I mean, yeah, on the back it says, one day Rusty James's world comes apart, and this time his older brother, the motorcycle boy, isn't around to pick up the pieces. Yeah, yeah, that's true, but, that kinda is, but this book, it also doesn't really make sense. I mean, there's a few parts, the whole Rusty James going blind thing, or not going blind, like going colorblind or whatever it was, that kinda didn't really make any sense. I didn't really understand that. Also, this book just kind of ends, and that's another thing that S.E. Hinton does a lot. Her books are realistic, not like realistic violence, but they don't necessarily have plots, and if they do, then they'll just, the plot is like life. I mean, sometimes it just ends, and sometimes things don't work out, and sometimes you don't know if things work out or they don't, and this one by far and away did it the worst. The ending is just really unsatisfying. It doesn't really end, it just stops. So yeah, number 5, Rumblefish. I didn't really like this book that much. It's definitely my least favorite. Alright, so at number 4, what I think is the 4th best one, is That Was Then, This Is Now. This is one of the ones that I don't have the Laurel Leaf edition for the book. So yeah, this is about friends, Brian and Mark, who have always been really good friends, and what they're both growing up, and does that have to mean growing apart? So, Mark kind of comes from a bad family, and his parents are both dead. I'm just, minor spoiler, and so he lives with Brian, and then, Brian's kind of maturing, but Mark is not. Then Brian makes a really big discovery about Mark, and so that kind of just messes things up. So yeah, this book was good. I liked the way it went. I didn't really like Mark's character as much. I didn't really get, they're like, oh no, it's wrong to jump people because they save their friend from being jumped, and and then apparently they also jump people from honey, so that's kind of, they're like, okay. And, see, there's a comment. Mature, disciplined novel, which excites a response in the reader, hard to forget. It is really hard to forget. This is not a really forgetful book, and I also did not like the ending. It had a really bad ending, just like S.E. Hinton books sometimes do. It wasn't incomplete, I guess, like Rumblefish's was. It did end, it didn't just stop. I just didn't like the ending. So, yeah, that's it. Number 4. That Was Then, This Is Now. Number 3 is Tex. This is the one that I've just finished reading. This is like one of the thicker books, too. This and That Was Then, This Is Now, they're both kind of the thicker ones, because Taming the Star Runner and Rumblefish are not all that. They're really skinny books. So yeah, this is kind of an easygoing and reckless kid named Tex. he has his hoist Negrito, and he has a best friend Johnny, and he likes Johnny's sister Jamie. His older brother Mason would be perfect, just about perfect if Mason wouldn't stop complaining about Pop, their father, who has been gone for 5 months, and apparently, it's not unusual for him to leave, and it never really understands why he left, and apparently they're just all like, apparently they're kind of, used to him just leaving all of a sudden. So yeah, it's just, apparently, things keep, start falling apart for Tex, and he's trying to keep things together. So yeah, I guess, I did like this book. I definitely, when I was reading, I was like, yes, this is automatically better than, some books. I just didn't like it as much as 2 other ones. I guess what I didn't like about it, I wanted to see more between Tex and Jamie. I did want to see more than that. I wanted to see more of Lem's character. He didn't really get in it that much. I guess the ending also, it didn't just stop like Rumblefish did, but it did kind of leave you hanging. You're kind of like, I don't know. I just wanted a little more. Didn't really have a climax either. Just kind of, yeah, it did kind of stop. Not like Rumblefish though. So Tex, yeah, reasonable book. Liked it. Definitely enjoyed it more than some of the other ones, but not the best. That was number 3, the middle. Alright, so number 2, my second favorite one is Taming the Star Runner. Oh, and a fun fact about this, actually, the only book to be written in 3rd person out of these 5, all the other ones are written in 1st person. So this is about Travis, who is, he's really cool, he's kind of a smooth-talking guy, and he's sent to stay on his uncle's farm, where he finds that his tough attitude doesn't make him any friends, and doesn't give him any, doesn't get him luck. He does find friendship with a girl named Casey, who runs a horseback riding school, and she's the bravest person ever, apparently. And she's enough to tame the Star Runner, right there, her beautiful, dangerous horse, and the Star Runner, like Travis himself, is always on the edge, about to explode. So, yeah, this book, I really enjoyed this. Once again, I wanted to see more between Travis and Casey. It did kind of have a sad ending, kind of all of her books do, and so, let me think, I don't really know. This book is very good. I liked the relationship between Travis and Casey, what there was of it. I liked the relationship that Travis forms with his uncle, and the one that his uncle forms with his former wife. I guess it did kind of grow. It is kind of typical. The relationship grows and falls, and yeah, it was. So yeah, this book was pretty good. I don't really have a lot to say about it because I read it a long time ago, and it was good, so I can't complain about it a lot. So yeah, Taming the Star Runner, really good book. Definitely one of my favorites. And number 1 is The Outsiders. This is a really good book. This is S.E. Hinton's first book, really influential too. So yeah, I'm using the movie because I don't have an actual copy of the book. So yeah, it's about Ponyboy and Johnny right there, who, they're not as cool. They're kind of, it's because they don't have money and stuff, they're kind of lower down, and they're not accepted into society as much, and so, eventually, I guess this is in the plot premise, somebody takes something too far, and Johnny kills one of the kind of thug kids, like one of the higher class people, that they call Socias. And so, the majority of the book is about them on the run. Yeah, and so, they have their little group of friends here, which is, made up of future famous people. C. Thomas Howell, Matt Dillon, Diane Lane, Ralph Macchio, Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise, and Leif Garrett. You can't read the names, and, yeah. So, yeah, very good book. I enjoyed this book a lot. I like some of the supporting characters. I like the relationship that Ponyboy has with Cherry. I just once again, I wanted to see more between them. Yeah, but it was still good. I definitely got really intense at some parts, like the fire scene and the rumble, right? there, the big fight battle thing, and that scene right there, they try to kill him. So yeah, that was a pretty intense scene, definitely. So this is definitely a good book. So S.E. Hinton, have you read her books? Did you like them? Have you read this in particular series, which is just basically 5 big spin-offs? Did you read the series? Did you like it? If you did, if you didn't, if you have to rank these books from worst to best, leave it in the comments, and whatever you think, let me know, and be sure to subscribe. So, see ya.